for it. I don't know if it's just gonna be like, nope, mute point, no, you can't, or if like, yeah, we can work for it.
Okay,
That was kind of my question.
do we want to do that before the? Do we want to do that before the spice shop? Because the guy smiled at us already. Okay. Okay. Another second meta break. How much? About how much content do you have, like time-wise? Oh, sweet. Okay, I'm gonna eat this then.
No. Yes.
Got about 45 minutes.
That's it.
I made these myself.
Oh, I should mail some to me.
Alright. Now the stream can hear me, so
That's
we're good.
illegal here.
No, it's not here.
Alright. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
And we're back to episode 12, part 2. And we're picking up with you guys are about 20, 30 feet away from the spice vendor slash herbalist vendor slash... There's a guy with a bunch of leaves and shit. He's about 20 feet away, and you guys are just humping along on your horses.
Okay, I'll bite. What kings? I know one king. He's kind of a fan of mine. And he's
Remember
not
that-
close.
Remember that vision that we've all had before? Think back real hard. But there's a vision. It's one king in
You recall.
particular. I'm not sure which one.
I narrow my eyeballs and stare at him and try to think of my dreams.
Ginkgo, it's coming in a little bit hazy. You recall something around... There were some people around you. They might have been wearing crowns. You don't remember them saying anything. They didn't even look particularly menacing.
I think
Jonesy...
it was when we put on the crown and there was 13 of them.
My eyes widen and I think I know what he's talking about.
You do.
I look over at Ginkgo and I say, "We're being haunted." I remember now, we're being haunted.
My horse form is haunted. I remember that.
I should say it does translate to all your forms. Your consciousness does go with you.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We
Your
have
horse...
to- we have to
Everything
carry
everything
the horse
bad that
form,
happens to you happens when you're in horse form. So that's... I get it. You're role-playing. My bad.
Well, regardless, I think we should keep our eyes open. If we're being able to remember this means that whatever the magic... Now that I think about it, this has been happening for a while, so whatever it is getting stronger. That's a bad thing.
The fact that we can remember that it's been happening for a long time leads me to believe that it's strong magic.
Stupid bone crown, man.
Hmm.
Damn, did it look good.
Really
But
put the
really-
outfit together.
It did. It really did.
Damn.
You guys all look like studs while you were wearing it.
I kind of wish I could wear it again.
Me too. I agree. Let's press
Oh.
on.
When we get uncursed, we can break it into 3 pieces, and we'll all wear it, like tiaras.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Ooh.
It'll symbol our royalty in our town.
Yes, the broken bone crown. I like that.
I'll have
like
to
that
change
a
the
lot.
name. That's fine. We can do that.
All 3 of us will hit it at the same time and break it into 3 segments.
Mm-hmm.
And
got
we'll probably just break it into a million pieces and have to glue it back together, but that's not the point, and that's not the story that gets told.
Alright.
I got mending. We got this.
We got this.
I think there's a guy smiling at us. Let's go.
Yeah,
that
let's
way.
go check that out.
He is smiling at you.
Common? Common?
Common.
Common. Death Blossom.
No. Never touch it.
I point everywhere and go, Death Blossom. Where? Where do
Yeah, just head out the north tower gates, go about a mile. Can't miss it. There's a grove filled with them.
Alright, let's go there.
Excellent. Let's get on our horses and go. I got on a double time because they were talking about feeding time, and I'm not. Yeah.
Passive wisdom would tell you it's about 4 o'clock.
Let's go.
I already
Okay.
knew where this was.
Gallop.
You
Okay.
did. You did know where it was. Okay. So you guys are on your horses. You're galloping away. You exit the back tower gates. The tiefling guards that were standing there with their awesome draconic-like vision, see you coming from whiles back, but they see your necklaces bouncing with the little little whelp claw on it.
I gotta try to fist bump him.
And they dip out of the way, and the one raises his fist up and fist bumps you.
Sweet.
Um,
Let's continue to the forest.
So you guys are trucking along the forest, and you're about 200 meters away from where the grove is, and you notice that things are getting a little bit darker. There seems to be a fog enveloping around you. And you guys are trudging forward?
It's close.
Yeah, trudging forward.
Okay. So you guys enter this grove. The grove looks like a circle of trees with roughly a 60-foot diameter. And all the trees are back to back to back to back to back. Very much like a fence. You can, like caterpillars and stuff could get by, but nothing larger than that could really get between the two trees. Like they're so close to each other. And they are completely encompassing this area, but are in the area everywhere is just death blossoms growing everywhere. Wild and rampant.
Kruven, can you use your sword to cut these up? I don't think we should touch them.
Yeah.
Cut them off at the
Yes.
stalk, and we'll have to use something to pick them up.
Yep, agreed.
I take out my shovel.
Can I, in one hand, in my left hand, my offhand, have my shovel ready, and then in my main hand, get my short sword out, and then I'm
Sure.
just gonna like, I don't know, is there like a grouping of them that I can
They're
see?
everywhere. Like if you take a
Okay.
step forward, you're gonna step on like 4 of them.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
let's not step on
Well, I'm
them.
not
I don't-
gonna. Yeah, I'm not
Let's
gonna.
not
step
get them on
on
our
you.
clothes.
I just if I swing, I want to swing for the most condensed cluster.
Oh yeah, there's basically no part of this ground that isn't completely covered. Think of it like grass. That's how littered this area is.
On the corner, then I'm just gonna on the corner outside, not stepping in. Just gonna take a nice swipe and do like a good 180 degree of the corner there.
Like a lawnmower job type of thing.
Yep. Just
Okay.
Whoop.
Give me a d20. Okay. So you slice a big swath and a huge patch, roughly 3 feet by 4 feet, right in front of you and a little bit to the left and the right, because you're, got that wide arc with your sword. You chop that all, and all the petals and blossoms come off of their stems and hit the ground, as they do with gravity. And the second they touch the ground, they all poof into a little bit of ash.
Okay, I take my shovel and dig beneath one of them and lift it off the ground.
Okay, give me a d20. Okay, so you find the nearest one and you dig into the ground and you bring it up with root and stem and all the flowers attached to it, and a bunch of big huge clump of dirt like soil comes up with it.
And it's fine?
Nothing's happened so far.
Alright. This might be the way to do it. Can I see the roots through the dirt?
Yep. You can see it's kind of tangling through the dirt and stuff. They're kind of weird because they're gray. The roots.
Gray roots. But the stem is a different color. I'm assuming
Yes.
the stem looks different.
Where it would come out of the ground, turns from a gray to a green, and then each of the, off of the stem, little branches, and each petal is, as I described it weeks ago. I don't know if I ever gave a color, but if I did, then it's that color.
Gotcha. So we need Death Blossom, Grave Worm, and water, and to drink this in a graveyard at midnight. And we've got ourselves a potion.
Do we need 3 Death Blossom?
Would I know that by looking it up?
Yeah, your history would tell you.
As also a brewmaster and ingredients based,
Well, yeah. You are a brewmaster, so you would know. It takes 1 Death Blossom plant plus 1 Grave Worm plus roughly 2 cups of water.
Okay. We need 3 plants, and we need a way to transport them with roots. I'd say we should take some extras as spares in case we fuck this up.
Okay. I'm gonna put my short sword away, and then I already have my shovel ready. So I'm just gonna see the closest one, and
I'm gonna just dig with my shovel, and because there's so many of them, take as many as I can, and if I fuck up, I fuck up, but just get 3 good
Where
clusters.
are you putting the one that's currently on?
I turn around and put it down, dirt cluster down, on the ground behind us where it's safe.
Okay.
Just set it aside gently.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Kruven, I need
do
a
that.
d20 for your dig. For each dig, I gotta get a d20. So. Okay, so Kruven, you go to dig in, and you hit it right at the bottom where it meets the ground, and you don't quite get a lot of root, and you bring it up, and the dirt kind of shuffles away from it, and the whole plant turns into ash.
the shit, and just throw it on the ground.
You're throwing the shovel on the ground?
No. The rest of whatever was left.
Oh, you're like holding the shovel and like getting rid of the rest of the shit. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's all good. Same thing happens to you, Jonesy.
I was gonna save you some grief and say that I just keep doing this until I have 5 of them. But if you want me to roll, I'll keep rolling.
No, you can keep doing that until you got 5. That's fine. Is anybody else doing anything while he's doing this? Because it's going to take time.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay,
I
then
don't
until
have
we
a
have
shovel.
I have a shovel, so I'm helping you.
okay until we both have between the 3 of us, we have 5 of them.
Okay.
We'll just keep digging.
Slash roll 5d20. Both of you. This will be quicker. Okay.
Fails.
Kruven dug up 2 with roots and soil.
Okay.
So you guys now have 3 in total.
Plus 3. Plus 1.
You were unable to get any more. You can keep digging if you like, but you have 3 so far.
Alright, I'll dig 3d8 or 3d20. Sorry.
This will be quicker that way. 17 and a 14 both pass. You guys have 5.
Okay. I'll stop typing my roll command, my awful roll command. Okay, so we've got these. We need a way to transport them. Because we can't just hold them over top of our heads while we go. Also-
who has the emptiest backpack? Could we fit 5 plus dirt in there?
I have a pretty empty backpack.
Yeah, mine's got a lot of stuff in it.
So
Brewer
I got-
supplies and all.
I got like probably 27 pounds.
27 pounds of dirt and flowers sounds pretty good. We can put a little garden, build a little
Yeah.
garden in there.
Just do it.
Okay, well, let's carefully open up his backpack on the ground and shovel some dirt into it, and then plant them in a circle. So we got 5.
I'm gonna need you to explain to me how you're planting them, specifically.
I'm gonna draw you a little picture.
We have 5 of them, right?
I need to know if you're
So-
using a shovel or your hands.
I say we put the 5 in there and then shovel dirt on top of those 5, so we don't touch the roots.
Wait.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an extra like t-shirt or something to throw down for a
No.
base?
I wanted to use
Because then
this-
we could just pull it all the way up. You know what I mean?
That's fucking smart. You guys should listen to this guy more often. He gets it.
is.
If not, I'll just take off my breastplate and use it as like a, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. A
Could
lift.
also, somebody could take off their leather pants and tie off the legs. And then just plant all of them in the... Why am I giving you tips? Fuck you guys.
I don't know.
I got I have an extra pair of boots. Get 2 in there at least.
I'm literally not wearing any pants. And the boots that I got were the only boots I was wearing. Oh, wait, no, I took the Drow's clothes, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I got pants. Okay, yeah, not off the bottom, because I got a big waist, so I can use that as the basin to plant them all in the pants part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then tie off the pant legs at the bottom here, knot it off, and then tie that to the saddle so it's like a little planter hanging off the side of the saddle, or the side of the horse. Let's just draw this awful.
I have a crowbar. Do you want to use that as support for the bottom?
Like that, where you tie pants, and then you tie them off at the bottom, and then plant them in the top, and then take the edge of that and tie it to the saddle, or not the saddle, the horse, and we can have it hanging off the side of the horse. Right.
So the flower petals and stuff would be hanging outside, like they'd be out in the air, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly right. Okay, I don't know how to draw a horse's tail, but
I get it. It's hanging off the side of the saddle. Yeah.
Side of the horse.
It's actually not that bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we could do that.
You're all on board with that plan?
Yeah.
What if when we leave this circle of trees, they all die? Because they're like exposed to foreign air or some shit.
It's a good question. I take my shovel and grab a new one.
Just
Nice.
And then I walk it outside of the circle on the end of the shovel.
Nothing happens.
Okay, let's go. Double
Seems
time.
good. I'm gonna keep this on the end of my shovel and climb up onto my horse
Let's balance it.
and balance it because
like a polo player.
because these dragon guys' dinner time is soon, and if they said that, or not dragon guys, the tieflings, it's dinner time soon, and if we're heading back in that direction during their dinner time, we might have to either book it or fight a little bit, and I don't want to do that. But we do have these necklaces, but I don't know what that means during dinner time.
Did each one of us get one of those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're all wearing it. I assumed that as much, so. If it's different than that, let me know.
Nope.
Okay. He's like, you're the DM, that sounds like a good plan. Keeping on wearing it. Alright. So you climbed up onto your horse, yeah?
Yep.
I need a d20 for that.
Just climbing up onto my horse.
If something.
You are holding you are holding a shovel. Okay, so as you went to go climb up on top of your horse, you're holding the shovel in one hand, and you grab the saddle, and you go to lift up, and then just as you hunch over, get your other leg over, and you kind of steady yourself onto the horse, the petal of the flower touches or grazes the side of the horse's face, and the horse drops dead.
I wasn't having it near the horse. What the? No. I'm holding the shovel away, man.
You rolled a
That's
10.
Dangerous flower.
It's a 10. What do you want me to do? It's a 10.
You're not killing a horse for 10.
You still have 2 more, or 3 more. You had 3 horses and a pony, remember? This is why you brought a spare.
That's like a fail roll worth of.
That's what you're fucking with Death Blossom, man.
Ugh.
Sorry, I got it. Like, it's a 10. I'm sorry.
I smash it flat with my hammer.
Okay.
Fucking
You're
flower.
you're literally
Bullshit.
beating a dead horse?
No, I'm beating the flower that killed the horse.
Okay, as soon as your fireball touches the petal, it disintegrates into ash. You're unable to discern whether because of your fire maul or because of the previous effects of the flower.
We probably shouldn't touch this. Yeah. Ever.
Wait a second. Why can't I just brew the potion?
We have to be in a cemetery, don't we?
We have to drink it in a cemetery.
Okay,
Yeah, you don't have to brew it there.
let's do it. Let's set up camp.
I put all of the other ingredients in first. The water.
Do you
Wow.
have water?
What's our landscape look like?
I'm gonna look around.
Pretty sure you guys only have alcohol and shit that you
I know.
brewed.
What's our landscape look like?
It's a lush forest.
Um,
It's damp. It's a rainforest.
I actually have a full water skin. Full
There
of
you
water.
go. Nice.
I would like to borrow your water skin.
You know what? This is curious that the alcoholic has a fucking full water skin full of water.
Well, I have my jug for
He has
alcohol.
a jug, yeah. The alcoholic has a jug.
Whatever. I'm not questioning it. Moving on.
Water is used for alcoholic needs.
I take the grave worm out of my backpack.
I should mention you're gonna be less pissed with me when we do the post show.
And then
Trust me.
I take one of the flour and roots, and I dip it in.
How are you holding
to
it?
Well, the whole planter full of genes and roots.
Right. So you're holding that.
I'm dipping it over top of the pot until they fall into the pot, but away from me, so that it splashes into the genes and not into me. I'm the same genes in the pants.
Is the pot currently on a fire?
No.
Okay. So you dump the pants, including not including the pants, obviously, but the roots, the flour, the stems, and the dirt all into your cauldron.
Yes.
Okay.
With the water, and then I had already added the grave worm, so I want to brew that.
Okay. Hit your brewer's
Okay.
supply shit. Okay. So you sit there and you start stirring it, and what normally started as crystal clear water has now gotten a little bit muddy, and you can feel the root and stick and stuff. The flower petals, you notice as they get kind of washed up in there, they get all kind of disintegratey and kind of mixed into the liquid quite a bit, and yeah. You now have a pot full of muddy water and flower petals. Or, yeah, roughly.
I don't feel like this is right.
Remember
I'm
I
gonna roll
said be
history.
specific?
I did. I was specific.
I know. It's what you omitted. I asked a question as a hint. This is a puzzle, so I can't give you too much in the terms of hints.
Well, to brew something is over fire. If that you're thinking that's what I omitted, because the brewing
Yes and
process
no.
involves heating it up.
Yes and no.
Okay, so I'm heating it up.
You're on the right path. You just fucked up somewhere along the way.
Did you add all the grave worms and
Well, I shook some grave worms from my dead lady bits into the pot. It just says a grave worm for each death blossom plant.
So you need 3 or 5 if we're making 5.
Yeah. So I'll take 5 grave worms exactly.
I'll say that 5 fell in, because you weren't specific on that, but I'm not going to penalize you for it because I didn't catch it either.
Well, I mean, we hadn't
I-
started the fire yet, so he's just throwing a
Well,
cold
he
pot,
he
right?
already hit the brewer supplies, which is when I had
Oh,
figured that he had
okay.
started the fire and brewed it.
I was just trying to poke him.
Ah, okay, so I need fire first. Okay, I dump it out.
Okay,
I go
you
back.
dump it out, and it all
Well, that-
disintegrates into ash.
Can you guys go find some lush plants and squeeze them for water? And I'll go get some more flowers.
Well,
that all?
you only used what 6 cups of your water out of your water skin. It's probably got
Is it-
6 more in it. It's a pretty big
Oh,
water
okay.
skin.
Never mind.
Yeah, it
And
was
then
full.
we have enough worms because we only use like.
Oh
6,
yeah, we got
right?
lots of worms.
Yeah.
We have lots and lots of worms.
All right, so I'm gonna go do the same thing I did prior.
Okay.
1d20
I
shovel.
I bring the pants over and I put them on the ground and start shoveling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna. What was the shovel?
I'm not going to make you re-roll for the shovels.
Okay.
I'll just go a certain
I'm
amount of time.
shoveling.
Yeah, you guys are both shoveling. Ginkgo, are you doing anything while they're shoveling?
I don't have a shovel, so I'll hold open the pants for him.
Contributing to the strategy of this puzzle?
Yeah, I'll just hold open the pants for them to shovel in.
Okay.
So, you know, they're not shoveling into pants laying horizontal on the ground.
Fair point. He is holding the pants for you guys. Okay, a little bit time has passed, roughly 10 minutes. After about 15 failed attempts to get flowers, you guys have now gotten 5 plants tucked into the pants.
Okay. Bring them back over, and I light my fire first.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put in my water.
Okay. How much?
I'm gonna put in 5 cups of water, and leave 1 cup in the skin.
Okay.
I'm gonna put in 5 grave worms,
Okay.
and then while it's starting to do that, I'm going to put 5 plants in,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use my shovel, kind of pull some of the dirt off the top, to for flavor.
Okay.
But
But before I completely fuck you guys over, does one of you guys want to roll history to make sure that he got his ingredients in correctly?
yeah, I would like to history.
I'll do that as well.
Woo, baby!
With perfect recall, as you see him pouring 5 cups of water in, the math doesn't quite seem correct to you guys. That something that requires 1 part death blossom, 1 part grave worm, and 2 parts water, 5 parts water wouldn't equal to the amount you need. You can correct him if you'd like.
We need 2 times the water.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like,
I put all
Yeah.
6 in, and 3 grave worms, and I want to dump 3 plants in.
Okay.
If there's 5 plants in the pants, I'm gonna take 2 out with my shovel and then dump them in
Okay.
properly.
The fire is already on, yes? You did specify
Yes.
that. So, I'll break down what's going to happen. Go ahead and hit your brewer supplies right now. It'll just cut down on them. Okay, good. Okay, so you put the water in. You put in all 6. You drop the 3 grave worms in. You plucked them out of that old lady's head. It's all good. You take the pants and you slowly, bend them over the cauldron. Now, the thing that you notice is as you're dumping the flowers into the cauldron, the steam coming off of the pot wilts the flower petals right off of the stem, and they slowly glide down and land into the water.
Okay, I'm not gonna put the dirt in then,
Okay.
as I think it was just the petals. Can I tell if there's valuable ingredient on the stem, or if the petals were what I was looking for? It's like a dust there, or a residue, or is there a particular?
You don't discern anything different from the stems before the petals were on them to now. You don't notice any difference.
I'm gonna call over to my comrade. I think it's like the hemp tree, or it's only the leaf and not the stem.
I would agree with you. I do the same thing for the other plants.
Okay, so you've now got 3 plants worth of petals into the pot, as well as 3 grave worms and 6 parts of water.
So we need more, correct? Because we only have 3.
We only need 3,
Oh, okay. Right.
unless other people are being haunted.
No,
I mean, I count 3 of us.
I was just making sure.
Are
There
you
was-
asking meta purposes for Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
He never put the crown on.
Oh, okay.
Do we know anybody else that put the crown on?
No,
She's dead. Oh wait, no, she never even saw the crown.
she never. No,
No.
that didn't happen. So no. Sorry. That's why I was asking. I
But-
didn't know.
right.
if
but
you had
also
to have
she's
one.
dead.
I didn't know. I didn't want to jump ahead and tell
yeah,
you the
sorry.
information, so I was like, oh, I should ask if they're asking that. We're good.
Yeah, that was exactly why.
Same page. Okay. Are you okay? Yeah. So you notice the flower petals were in there. You drop the shit and you grab your little stirring stick and you stir it, and you notice that the flower petals very nicely liquidate and turn in with the rest of them. Interestingly enough, the grave worm seems to be a little bit more lively than when you dropped them in. All 3 grave worms are just floating inside, and you have a nice kind of almost like an oily texture of liquid, which you think is weird considering it was water and a couple of flower petals. Like, this is crazy. It's not supposed to be oily, but it's oily nonetheless. And there is 3 lively grave worms kind of skimmering along the top. And you believe it is sufficiently brewed.
So, do you guys want to do this now, or do you guys want to take this somewhere else?
My recollection remembers that we had to do it at a cemetery at midnight.
That's right. I wonder if these guys actually bury the things that they kill. I think they probably just eat them all.
They might bury their own.
They might bury their own. Wonder if they'd let us fuck around in their graveyard. They like to watch a fight, right?
Yeah.
Charge admission to this shit.
It's nighttime. Why don't we just look for the graveyard before we... They'll be busy fighting, right?
Either that or they'll be out in the forest looking for things to eat.
Let's just peek and see if we can see a graveyard.
First I'm going to use perception right now to see if I hear anything thrashing about in the brush, like a hunter.
It is dead quiet.
Like an eerie quiet?
Like
things are scared?
Like it's too quiet for quiet. Kind of quiet.
I'm gonna go on stealth.
You not so subtly hide behind a tree.
Okay, I make sure there's no remaining death blossom ingredients around us at all, and I'll kick the root clusters until the plants dissolve around us so that there's nothing nearby us that's dangerous.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna rub some mud on my face, like Arnold Schwarzenegger fighting the Predator.
Nice.
Because I don't trust nighttime, and then I'm gonna try and like get out of the way into the bush, just kinda. But apparently I suck at it.
You jump behind the same tree that Kruven jumped behind. And you are not so subtly hiding behind him, who is not so subtly hiding behind a tree.
Is it like that thing when a dog is hiding behind a tree this big, except my shoulders go, you can see them on either side of the tree?
Actually, it's more like, here's the tree, and then Kruven's like, and then your head's like right here.
You're just ruining it for me.
Yeah, well, let's be honest, your 10 wasn't great.
I look at myself and think, I must not be having enough mud, and I realize I'm not wearing pants, and I've got my stark, bright legs that probably are glowing phosphorescent in the dark, so I'm gonna grab some mud and rub it on that too. Just
Okay.
wash my legs in mud.
Can I speak to my unicorn in Druidic? Does it understand that? Probably not.
You can try. It's just speaking.
gonna
What could hurt?
I mean, I'm gonna tell it I'm gonna turn into a snow leopard and ride on its back. Because they don't like those.
Right. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna attempt that. What do you want me to roll?
No, if you're just speaking to it, you can speak to it. Whether or not it understands is completely different. But yeah, okay. You spoke to it, and it looked at you, and it doesn't have any kind of glint in its eye one way or another. But then it stamps its front hoof and kind of nods a little bit, and that's all you get.
I'm gonna walk over to my horse and see if it's actually dead or just paralyzed or knocked out.
Okay. Are you doing like the two to the throat type thing, or what do you?
I'm
how
gonna
are you checking?
shove it with my hand, and not in the spot that got touched by the death.
Okay.
Just shake it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. You give it a good shove, and from the jostling, the area of its face where it did touch the death blossom kind of decays away in ash. You can see the inside of its face and brain.
That's not
Should
good.
definitively tell you it's dead.
Who's hungry?
Thirsty.
Well, Yeah, I've still got my brewer's pots full right now, so I think we should bag that potion if it's possible. Well, we got to transport it to a graveyard, so I think it's possible to bag this potion. So, would we know that? Would his awesome history roll tell us that?
Well, all you were told is the ingredients to brew it. You could throw a pot lid on it and kind of strap it down, and probably be fine.
Okay, let's probably be fine.
They didn't put it this way. The person that told you about it and the person that told you about the person who told you about it never said that you couldn't transport the potion. They just said how to make it and where to take it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tie up my brewer supplies having the ability to transport it right now.
Yeah.
The horse has valuable meat on it.
Okay.
Should I just cut that in half?
You should decapitate the head, or enough of the head so the rest of it won't disintegrate, and we can haul this back and sell it to the tieflings.
Alright, I'm just gonna try to do what he just said.
Yeah, that's a.
Go for the heads first.
Give an attack roll.
While he's doing this, I want to go out into the woods and get a stick that's about this big around and at least 10 feet long.
That's a stick?
So you're looking for a log.
Stick for me.
Okay, so couple things. First off, okay, Kruven, so you cut it clean off right by the shoulders, the head flops down and falls off. It's pretty much like if you remember the scene from Game of Thrones where the mountain cuts his horse in half.
That's what I was thinking.
You just did that
That's
to a dead horse.
Good.
So you're beating a dead horse.
That's fine.
Hey, I got to use it. Okay, so secondly, okay, Jonesy. So you go walking off a little bit. Let's say south. So you're walking along the path looking for a big enough log, and you notice that the mist is starting to clear up, and you can now hear birds and snakes and wind.
Huh. So the Death Grove must be haunted a little bit, or at least wary. That makes sense. That's what my thoughts are. I'm speaking out loud, monologuing in the forest. Do I see any small trees or large branches that I can turn into a large stick? My thoughts are that I get that big stick, I tie the horse's feet together, and I slip it through the feet so we can carry the horse upside down.
Like a spit. Got it. Yeah.
Like a spit.
Just off to your right, you can see a very large branch that would do exactly what you need. It's the exact specifications you need. It's just from a fallen tree. Yeah.
I get that. And I bring it back to them.
All right.
I'm going to take the rope that was tying up Kruven and tie up the horse around the stakes bit and pick up half of it. Say, who wants to help me?
Alright. I mean, I'm open. Well,
It's going to be heavy. We might need both of you on one end.
do you want to try and see first?
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, what do I guess it's going to be athletics or strength check?
Athletics.
If all three of you are doing it, then I'll just let you do it. But if it's only two of you, then I'm gonna need strength checks.
Is that all we want, though?
Well, I feel like we can do something with this horse.
Is that all we want from it? Because if so, then...
We got food still. We're fine.
Alright, get up in here, Kruven. Or, Jesus. Calm my own self. Ginkgo.
He's speaking in third person, guys.
Yeah, third person.
Okay. So all three of you guys just grab this horse, lift it up, with the log and everything, and okay. How are you transporting it back? How are you gonna get it there, and where are you guys going?
Walking back to the tiefling camp.
Okay, what are you doing with your two remaining horses and unicorn?
They can follow us.
Okay. So one of you is leading him with a rope or something, or
I got a spare hand.
They're well trained. They can just follow.
Okay. If we're confident that they can do that, we'll let them do that.
They seem to trust you guys.
Okay. You guys cool with going back to the tieflings, or do you want to wait until they're not feeding?
I think we're good with a majority of a horse.
What
To
time
offer.
is it?
Yeah.
Can we
What,
tell what time it is?
You would venture to guess that it's been roughly an hour since you left, so around 5 o'clock.
Alright, good. Wait, is the sun setting right now? Or do we have time?
You can't tell.
what season is it?
Can I look up and see if the sun is dark?
No, you can't. Remember, you're in a rainforest that's completely covered by a blanket of
Killing
trees
me.
and branches and shit. You can try and climb a tree, get above the tree coverage.
No, we're just gonna keep galloping along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are galloping along, and you get to the entrance to the town. And instead of 2 guards, now there's just 1 guard. You would recognize it as the one that fist bumped you on the way out of town.
Hey,
He goes, "Hey,
when's
You
dinner
guys
for
went
you
hunting?
guys? Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool."
Turns out we're not very good hunters, so we here's one of our horses.
We haven't eaten horse meat in... He's doing the math on his paw, and 4 hours.
Nice. Can we bring it in? We're looking to do some business.
Yeah, you can bring it in. That's fine. Totally fine. You guys are wearing your necklaces. You're basically one of us.
Okay, cool. That sounds awesome.
You guys ever been here before today, or is today your first time?
Are you looking to give us a tour?
Or like helpful hints to keep you alive?
Let's do that.
Okay. Dinner starts in about 15 minutes. If you're around, the rules are if you want to eat, you have to fight.
What if we don't want to eat?
Then just watch, enjoy. Just don't get in anybody's way. When people
Will
get
they
hungry,
come after
they get
our
violent.
stuff?
No, we're civilized. Come on. What do you think? We're savages?
That's fair. That's fair. I'm a barbarian, and when I'm in a rage, I can barely speak. So I'm not sure how you conduct your business.
We're an enlightened species, okay? We don't commit ourselves to such base savageries, such as just attacking people at whim when we're hungry. We have a structure!
Speaking as one of the savages, it's not so bad. Let's.
It's lonely.
Okay, we'll.
We
let's head on in.
evolved. He's now looking
I-
down to you.
I'm working on it.
Good.
I say, and I trundle past into the village.
Okay.
I turn to these guys and say, "Are we looking for anything in specific?"
I'm looking to get my horse form on cursed.
What's your passive wisdom? Everybody?
Low, 11.
14 or 18.
Helps if you're not muted.
What was
He
the
said 18.
question?
What's your passive wisdom?
12.
Okay. Ginkgo, you can hear screaming coming from roughly where the cages were.
Dinner time.
Dinner time.
Not my fight. Not my culture.
They
Not,
look like druids to me.
not my culture. Who am I?
I know when to
Who
lay
am
low.
I? Yeah.
Alright, where are you guys heading?
Let's go to the. Well, I got these snow leopards, right? I figured we could make probably some pretty cool clothes out of this if we get them skinned properly. Do you think we could trade the horse for dragon eggs so that we can get the skins made so that we can have clothes made? So we could all be like styling? Or do you guys want to try and get like items? Or just eggs so we can know what to do with it?
I mean, do you think dragon eggs are worth something in
I
other
don't-
parts of the world?
Only here, but we could trade them for stuff here. I'm sure that this village has stuff to trade that other places just wouldn't. This is a weird foreign place.
especially if their currency is
Dragon
dragon
eggs.
eggs. You know?
We also heard that whelp up on the mountain, so if we want to trade more here, we can go hunting for dragon eggs later too. And also, if we get uncursed and we're over here, then we don't even need to go back. Well, we gotta go back to Witchhead one day, where that poor carpenter guy's just gonna sit there making chairs until the end of time, making chairs and
Well,
jerking off forever.
He might have some companions eventually from the town. We did tell people to go there.
It's true, we did. Okay, I'm gonna walk up to a civilian before feeding time and ask, do you guys have a graveyard?
Okay, so you walk over to a tiefling woman about 5'10". She looks to be pregnant, and you ask her that, and she goes, why?
To bury fallen warriors.
I highly doubt that your horse was a warrior.
No, I'm a warrior. I'm just scouting graveyards. See how old I am? And I look at her with my old face.
She looks at you and... Give me a diplomacy roll. Yeah, she's not buying it. She's like... Not completely, like, with you there. She's like... I guess you could be old. I don't know how long your species usually lives for, but that's kind of a weird question to ask a gal out of nowhere. I don't really... You should probably talk to a guard or...
I'm gonna point over to Ginkgo's face. Be like, look at how old this guy is.
She, oh man, this is tough because it's a 20. God damn it.
That's
She looks at Ginkgo and goes, huh. I guess maybe his
Yes.
tribe doesn't live as long as the rest. Okay,
Look at
fine.
Look at those wrinkles.
What wrinkles?
Shh.
Okay.
Yeah, some.
Okay. And she goes, yeah, maybe his tribe doesn't live as long as the rest. Okay, fine. Yeah, just go to the east of town, just outside. You'll see a bunch of, well, you'll see it. Yeah, you'll see it.
Cool. Okay, I say we trade the horse and see what we can set up for meta break next week's episode for fighting in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay, trader guy, the one that spoke common and spoke too much.
You want to go back to him?
Yeah, with a
Okay.
horse.
You hop over to him, and it looks like he's closing down his shop.
Whoa,
He's-
hey buddy, hey, remember
He's really
us?
quickly getting everything, and he looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, my friends, how are you? Hey!
you're fantastic. Do you like?
Did you find your death blossom?
Yes.
That's cool. Don't
And
touch
thank you
it.
for saying don't touch it. I know.
Yeah.
I was listening.
Yeah, don't
to
touch
the
it.
words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told you we don't
so-
touch it.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I know. We used shovels. It was crazy. Do you eat horse and like eating horse?
We
You dabble? You dabble? It's a
every
big
now.
horse.
Yeah, I mean every now. Look, jerky is good for cleaning out the teeth. Elf
Yeah.
gets stuck in gums, and yeah,
They're stringy. Look at
They
them.
are.
Look
They're-
at, I got
they're all
two
skin
right
and
here.
bones. There's no muscle on them.
Mm.
He just starts going on and on about the nutritional value of elves and how they're stringy and
How
basically
much
no
are horses
muscle.
worth to you? Like a whole horse. I already
Like-
cut the head off. 20?
2.
2.
10.
5.
This elf isn't good at talking with bartering. That's the word. He's not good at it.
I'm very confident. 10.
2.
Well, listen. You know what? Not gonna get. I actually agree with our elven friend here. It's you're not gonna get a fresher horse. Literally just died in the jungle. It's still bleeding on the ground right here.
I can see that. It's making a mess.
Yeah, and it's a delicious mess. So I think
I don't
he's
doubt
right.
that.
I think he's right. I think 10. Fuck.
Yeah, he's looking you dead in the eyes. He's like, "Look, I like you, and I'd love to give you 10, But you gotta understand, 10 is like enough for a house.
Oh.
I'm
That's
gonna
a
do
lot.
My best there. My best isn't that good.
How are you intimidating him?
I'm gonna be like, yo, you should buy that horse.
That wasn't
That's
very
persuasion.
intimidating, Bob. And I know I just meta broke and breaking the fourth wall here for a second, but Bob, that's not fucking intimidating.
Well, my role wasn't either, so.
Well, maybe I'll give you a little bit of a bonus if you fucking give her, man.
Lean
If
into it,
would've
Bob.
If it would have been like a.
Pull a Batman and be like, where is she? You know?
I want 10 eggs.
If it was a little better, I would have. But you know.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Alright.
you tried to be intimidating and in a lower voice was just like, yeah, 10 eggs would be probably the best. And he leans in real close to you and you can almost taste the elf that he just finished eating like 3 hours ago in his breath, and it's that sour odor just makes all your little nose hairs curl up as, you know, every atom in your being knows that what he eats is wrong, and he's looking at you and he's like, "You smell tasty. How much for him?"
No. Nope. If I come selling elves, you'll know it, because I'll bring a full cage of them. These ones, stringy. Like you said earlier, not worth it.
I'll give you 10.
Nope. They're
15.
not for sale. No sex, no trade, no eating. Mm-mm.
Make it 1,000.
I'll give you 100.
Well, that's not working.
I'm nope. He can't persuade me.
He sighs and under his breath starts muttering about, you know,
Yeah,
how much
listen,
an egg costs and an elf and
why don't we come to an understanding here? We'll come down with our cost. We want to be reasonable, but it's a fresh horse. It was one of our rides here. We're looking to make do with what we got here so that we can still get back. You know how it goes. We're making a living out here. So how about 5? Fuck.
he looks you point blank and just goes, "Look, I told you, I like you. I want to help you guys out here, but you got to understand, like 2 eggs for a horse? That horse is only going to feed me and my family for..." Starts counting on his fingers. 4.5 hours. We're a culture based around food. If I give you 2 eggs for a horse, you know, then I don't have 2 more eggs for when another elf walks in.
Can one of you guys sue for 3 for persuasion? I whisper to them.
He doesn't hear.
Okay,
Okay,
2.
so,
2.
Yeah.
okay.
I drop the horse. I take my rope.
He bends down to the desk and opens a cupboard and pulls out 2 dragon eggs and puts them both in one claw and reaches out with the other towards the horse. And he's holding the eggs in the one claw and he's holding an open claw out towards you.
What does that mean? How we do this?
He wants to make the trade.
Oh, yeah. I put one hand on the horse and then go to lean over and take the eggs, and I'm pushing with one hand with the horse.
Okay, he reaches over and grabs the horse by like the scruff of the middle of its back and grabs it by the skin and just lifts it with one arm. The other 2, you feel it being ripped out of your hands as he just grabs it.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
then
take the eggs.
He
nicely.
hands you the eggs, yeah, and then he snaps the wood in half with one grasp of his claw, and the branch just snaps and falls to the ground, sloughs the horse on his back, and goes, "Pleasure doing business with you."
Do you have anything for sale right now?
Yeah, but, I mean, not unless, I mean, it's pretty much only stuff for our culture. If you, well, do you have any interest in a chimera's egg?
What kind of chimera? And also, is it trainable?
Well, it's not hatched yet.
Right, but
so
is it
like,
typical lore that we could train a chimera? Because having a pet would be cool. A
I
group
mean,
pet.
you can train anything if it thinks it's your mom, or if it thinks you are its mom.
I lean to these guys and say, thoughts?
Could protect Witchhead.
Could protect us.
I like it.
Why
Yes. We would like to have a baby chimera egg.
Sweet. 15 eggs.
We have 2.
Well, how am I supposed to know you didn't have 13 already?
Because we've never been here.
Maybe you went and got some.
You could, well, fair point. Okay. We'll, anything for sale for 2 eggs, or should we
I
come
like
back later?
you. You're a nice guy. Let me give you a hint. Okay, you ready? You ready?
Yeah.
If you go north, green dragons. If you go east, black dragons. If you go south, white dragons. And if you go, as he's like trying to figure out which direction the last one would be, goes west, yellow dragons. They're everywhere.
Gotcha.
Just
Gotcha.
take their eggs and you're good. That's how we get our eggs, and our currency is based on eggs.
It's really a weird currency where you can just go out into the jungle and find money.
Have you ever had scrambled eggs? It's delicious. Little bit of elf's blood on top as seasoning on scrambled dragon eggs. Oh my lord, you never had something so delicious in your life.
I just
Seriously.
forgot. I left something on fire. I need to go be warm next to it. I turn around and say, "Yeah, it's nice to see you again. We'll come back with dragon eggs."
Okay, cool. See ya. I'll be here. And he continues packing up his stuff, sloughs it onto his shoulder. So he's got his entire like kiosk packed up into a big ass wooden thing on one shoulder, and he's got the horse in the other. And he starts walking towards where the crowd was, or where there's a crowd off in the distance, where Ginkgo had heard the scream from.
I say we set up camp just outside of their graveyard and have a nice long nap, and then wake up and fight ourselves.
Seems like the thing to do.
Let's go build a camp. Let's go look for that graveyard. I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's kind of outside of the village.
Just outside.
And then let's go a little bit away from it, and then set up a fire.
So
And
you
then we can
guys
have a
You guys head out the west entrance. There's a guard there. You've never seen him before. He's a different guard from the previous one because you came in through the south, you went out through the north, and you came back in through the north. Now you're going out the west. And out the west, the guard notices that you're wearing those necklaces, and he goes, "Safe travels." Super friendly people here, if you couldn't tell. And you just notice probably about 20 yards up, there's a big pit. And then about another 30 yards up, you can see what looks to be kind of headstones, but it's all in like obsidian. Like, just obsidian, like headstones, like big rocks formation out of the ground.
Cool. Okay, let's travel past it.
Okay. You are past the, let's call it Dragon Graveyard.
Cool.
Tiefling Graveyard, I guess.
Tiefling graveyard. And let's set up a camp.
Okay.
Branches, fire, and sleeping. May as well, right?
Yeah. Got a big fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is that a good place to wrap up an episode?
Fuck yeah. You guys good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick, 2-minute. We'll come back for a post-show, and then we'll call it a fucking night, boys. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the Twitch stream. The link is in the description below. You'll also find the pre-show and the post-show there. But if you check us out live, we do this every Monday, give or take because of statutory holidays and whatnot. We usually start around 6. Today we went over a little bit because the guys wanted to do it, and I guess they were having fun, so yeah. We'll see you next week if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, just Stick around 2 or 3 minutes. We'll be back. Later.
Why?
All right.
Man,
Do the-
our next level doesn't